live and breathe music pretty much 24/7. I teach music full-time, I conduct, I play music. I do a lot of different things, but it's all music. I feel like as a musician, the skills that I have as to play my instrument come in handy for other things. I feel like my listening to music as an active listener and trying to really deeply try to understand what the composer had in mind, or even just what the musicians are doing in their playing, to me means so much. Having a symphony as part of a community is very important. People work really hard to prepare something, and they get to experience it in the same room. Being in a live music setting and the feeling the air that happens when the musicians are playing, and just the sounds, there's nothing like it. I mean, there's great recordings, but when you have a symphony orchestra that you can hear and be in the same room with these musicians performing live, there's nothing like it. The City of Henderson supports the arts and supports the symphony a lot, and I think it provides an outlet for people to have something different than the normal things that they do. And the fact that the City of Henderson provides this opportunity for its residents is very important.
It's just simply amazing to be here at the Pavilion and to have our own orchestra right here. So great. Music is in everybody's heart and soul and really keeps people feeling alive and connected. There's something that's very important about having a community come together and share in sort of the love and the gift of music.
So the night before our concert, we actually have a dress rehearsal, and it's a chance for us to perform at the venue, which is the Henderson Pavilion. It gives us a chance to rehearse things that, last-minute things that need to be rehearsed, tempos. It sounds different when you rehearse on stage. There's a lot of different kinds of things in that venue to be prepared for the concert the next night. The camaraderie has been great. The orchestra members are great. They work really hard. They come prepared. They want to do a good job, and so it makes it easy when the musicians want to perform well. As a conductor, it makes it very easy to make the adjustments that you want to make musically and logistically for the performance.
I have followed this orchestra for many, many years, attending concerts, and have many friends in this orchestra and colleagues and people that I've admired as I was getting more experience as a teacher even. There's many people in here who are mentors to me, so it's really a great experience to actually work with them now as a conductor. I want to say thank you to all of them, and I want to thank you guys for supporting this great orchestra, because this is a treasure in this town, not just Henderson, but in Las Vegas, and they deserve to be seen and heard, and so for you guys to be here tonight really means a lot, so thank you.
Of our concert, we played Dvorak's A Symphony. We performed Mendelssohn The Hebrides Overture, and we performed Mozart's Violin Concerto No. 4. My favorite piece of that night was the Dvorak Symphony. I feel like there's so many colors and textures, and there's a lot for the orchestra to do in that piece, and lots of moods. And that, I thought the orchestra played all three pieces incredibly well, but with that one in particular, I felt like they just put in an extra gear, and it was just, just standing in front of them, I just felt like I had the best seat in the house listening to them perform.
Jeff Newman just conducted our first concert, and he was wonderful. Everybody in the orchestra really enjoyed playing with him. He just exudes energy. And So that is something that is very, very important to a group like ours, that have energy and enthusiasm and make us want to practice and make us want to be the best musicians we can be.
I don't know if classical music is underappreciated in society. I think people are afraid of it, actually. I think that people assume because most of the music is played by many, and I'm just going to say dead people, people think about, especially the younger generation, thinks of it as like maybe their grandparents' music, but it's really not. And if they knew a little bit more about the composers and the history of the music, I think they would probably appreciate it more. And there are a lot of living, breathing, young composers that are making great music today that definitely deserves to be heard, along with the classic composers like Beethoven and Mozart. We are here at Osaka in Henderson, Nevada. I play in a jazz trio, and we have been playing at this location now for about 12 and a half years, playing jazz every week. For me growing up, I actually did not appreciate classical or jazz, but I was one of those young people that, I was very much into hard rock and heavy metal music growing up and when I was in high school, and it really took me a long time to appreciate it. I started playing bass very casually for fun in like 6th grade probably. And then during my senior year of high school, I met these guys who were so serious about music, and they asked me to join the jazz band at school. And we went to this jazz festival that John Patitucci happened to be performing at. And I remember not wanting to do this jazz ensemble at school. And my teacher actually said to me, "You never know, it might change your life." And I remember sitting there and hearing John talk and hearing him play, and I turned to my teacher and I told him, "This is what I want to do for the rest of my life," and it has been ever since that day. So starting off as a musician, one of the things that I think is important is to be versatile. If you want to actually make a living playing, and not kind of put all your eggs in one basket sort of thing, you want to be able to do different things. I'm lucky that I play string bass and I play electric bass. I play various styles, classical music, jazz, rock. Networking is important, showing up to other people's gigs, introducing yourself to them, playing, sitting in if you can, but being around other musicians that you want to play with is the way to actually to break into the scene and sort of make a living doing this music business. Some people think that music is just a hobby, and it's not. This is a serious business, and no matter if you're a freelance musician working gig to gig, or you have a permanent, strong gig that's years in running, you still have to have the same skills to be what you are. A musician who plays in front of 20 people at a restaurant or 10,000 people at an arena still has to have the same work ethic and drive that any other type of job has.
I've always played. It's just part of my life. I really think it helps keep us human. It keeps society civil, and it brings us all together. Like I always say, music is a universal language, and that is something that we can all rally around.
Music to me is everything. It's not just art. It's not just something that's a hobby. It's not just something that some people do sort of passively. To me, music is everything, and I feel very lucky and grateful to do what I love.